Hey everybody, Aaron Lapine here with Martin Motorsports Kelowna location. I wanted to introduce you to the 2022 Supra SE 550. This is the largest boat in their offering, coming in just under 25 feet, and it exemplifies their goal for providing bold design, high performance, refined interiors, and exceptional on-water experience. But give us a moment of your time, let's go in the water, we're going to show you some of the ins and outs of this. All right, here we are in the bow of this 2022 Supra SE 550, and highlighting the refined interiors on this boat. You can see this bow space. It's all done in Oxford blue vinyl, and this is Chiltec vinyl, which won't retain heat like traditional vinyl, and that's standard on all Supra models. So you can run these dark colors without fear of burning your legs. One thing to call out, obviously you can see the space that we have up here. I'm about 6 foot. I got tons of space. All of your seats up here are on hinges, so there's no fiddle farting with loose cushions. And what we love also is, if you look at the ergonomics, we got great contouring through all the corners. We don't have an overabundance of exposed fiberglass. We actually have, you got cushioning and vinyl everywhere. You have grab handles that are nicely placed. And this center cushion can actually come out, as it's positioned at the moment, is a step, or it can flip over and make this a complete playpen, or we can take it out and remove it completely if you want to have your passengers just have their feet on the walkthrough. But a great design on this SE 550, and remember this thing is 24.5 feet, so you've got without even taking up or sacrificing space in the cockpit of the boat, we have a very large bow space. Now moving into the cockpit of this SE 550, we can see we've got a frameless windshield design, which is nice. We've got this glass that just flows nicely into the framework of it. There is a bit of resistance on this center closure, so it's not going to slam on you like the old style windshields that you'll see out there. It's very, very sturdy. For new for 2022, we've noticed some beefed up billet accenting and window stanchions on here, making this extremely rigid, which is nice. We've got a control screen over here for your passengers, so they don't have to bug the driver when it comes to maybe some of the mood lighting or some of the other features that are in the boat. So the driver can focus on what he's doing, focus on what's going on behind the boat and what's coming at him up front. And then into the screen, into the software here, we've got a bit of a new look for 2022, where we've got this split screen design. So down both sides you can see we've got these little tabs, and we just tap those, and that's going to cycle us through all of our options of what can be up there, whether that be music, navigation, camera, auto wake. So everything's easy to see. And then new in our control screen, what we're going to see is, as opposed to an accordion style that was there in the past, it is 3 sections. We have our stereo playing up here, and here we have our auto wake and all of our boat settings. And then down here we have all of our controls and switches for lights, navigation, power seat, heated seat. Everything's always basically one touch away, or not even one touch, no touch. And that's a nice thing, especially when you're out here and you got a lot of stuff going on. Supra's made it real easy, so you're not having to scroll through screens, do multiple things to set up your boat and make your experience on the water as best as it can be. All right, one of the things we really love about this SE is the fact that all the ballast in this boat is subfloor. As we can see, we have hinge seats throughout the boat, no exposed bags anywhere that you can see, so it leaves all of this storage free and clear for all of your goodies. Being a boat of this size, obviously, you're probably going to have a big crew. That means a lot of stuff. And Supra's done a great job of maximizing your interior space in here, including your in-floor cooler, which we can access right here. And again, this is a removable cooler. You can take that out, fill it up, bring it back in, or just take that out, fill this full of ice. That'll drain into your bilge. So it gives you two cooler options. When it comes to board storage, obviously we have our PTM clamping board racks. The standard rack on this is a bungee, which some people have gone with those if they've got a real exotic surfboard and don't want to go with the clamping racks. But this is the clamping rack upgrade. We've got the Surfside tow points if you're teaching someone how to surf and you don't want them, or maybe it's easier for them to go off the side because they don't have to navigate the large wake on this, so they can get up on the side that they're surfing and simply kind of cruise into the wave, and it works really good. There is optional, if you don't option with the Surfside tow points, you can do additional board racks, and those can be bungees or clamping. You also have board storage up on the oversized bimini. And new for 2022, there is an option for bimini extensions off the transom and over the bow. So if you are just sitting in the cove and you want maximum coverage, you can do that on this boat. Additional board storage in the back. We have a surfboard locker, which is going to fit, 2 to 3 skim style boards, maybe 2 surf style boards, depending how big the fins are. But no shortage of storage in this SE 550, along with a large ballast capacity. Some other notable mentions to call out here at the transom. We have the optional flip up seat backs. So flip those up. So if you're just hanging out and you want to have a backrest, that's there. What we like about this as well is obviously we have the optional filler cushion. A lot of people like to lay out here and they don't want to lose that. What you do, some different manufacturers will do more of a bucket seat back here, but then you lose this big bench area. So Supra done a great job. You still have the big sun deck area. You can have 3 people laying out here, tons of space. Optional filler cushion, as I mentioned. And then standard is this convertible rear seat, and it's got 3 different positions it can go to. It can go here, here, or here. And the other nice thing on this, you flip it up, and you got your table for lunch. All right, once lunch is done, and you want to get back to the action behind the boat, real simple. We give this a handle a pull, boom. 2 people can sit here. We got a rear-facing passenger here. We got our flip-up seat over here. Boom, let's surf. Now we're here at the helm of this 2022 Supra SE 550. Obviously, wake and wave has been talked about a lot on these. They put out an amazing wake and wave, no matter your riding capability, and that's what we love about Supras is transition of wave, height of wave, push of wave. You really can manipulate that and make it suitable for whoever is behind the boat. It's not basically an on or off system. It is very, very dynamic. The other thing I want to call out here, as let's say you're out surfing, you're done for the day, you want to head home. What we love about this system between Supra and even in Moomba is their auto leveling. Nothing worse than going to head home for the day or even cruising down the lake and having the boat kink over and have it cockeyed down the lake. It's a little bit unsettling feeling for passengers. It's annoying for drivers. So what Supra and even Moomba have done this, so they have auto leveling. So basically, at the moment, we are in a surf profile. So we've just finished surfing for the day. We can see we're in swell surf. We're gonna choose back to dock, okay? And we're gonna activate that. What that's gonna do, it's gonna turn on our auto wake leveling. So now that we've activated this profile, the boat has what's called draft sensors. So it's actually going to sense how deep this boat is sitting in the water, and it will deploy our tabs, whether just using the center tab, using all 3 tabs, using them 100% or 50%. It's going to activate them as it's needed based on how much weight is in this boat. If the boat's very light like it is today, it probably will just use our center tab because we don't need a lot of extra help to get up on go. If we've got a very, very full crew and we leave this ballast full, it's going to need a lot more tab. Boom, help us get on plane quite quickly. The other thing is, as I mentioned, is the auto leveling. So if people, they've done for the day, maybe they're all sitting down the port side of the boat and drying off or huddling around heaters. Instead of going down the lake cockeyed, the boat's going to sense that. It's going to deploy tabs as needed and get us level. So a really, really nice feature. That you need to get on the water, you need to experience it on a demo in order to truly appreciate it. And if you already have a boat, in this style or this category, I know you know what I'm talking about. If we're going to be picking up a downed rider again, and we want to pick them up, real simple. The system is very, very easy to use. I never have to look down. I don't have to take my hand off the throttle. And I have absolute full control of the boat. All right, now we've just pulled the boat out of the water. Thanks for coming with us. We wanted to show you some of the hardware here at the transom because there's a lot going on. Obviously, we just went through how the thruster system works in the water. We want to show you it's a dual system. And what it is you can see where it's mounted. It's out of the way of your prop wash, making these, it increases their efficiency. You got less turbulence around them. So those are there. We have our high intensity underwater lights. There is You do have another option on underwater lights for standard underwater lights. These are obviously the high luminescent ones. We have our fresh air exhaust option on this guy. Just takes our steam and emissions, gonna throw that down into the prop wash, bubble up behind the surfer. And then we have our swell surf system that you can see here. It's a 3-plate system. What it does, obviously this activates depending on which side you're surfing on. This also comes into play when our auto leveling is active. So when the boat, and our auto launch. So when the boat goes to take off, it's going to activate these plates. They're going to deploy them. As you can imagine, as those plates go down, it drives the bow down, creates a lift on the back end of the boat. But a very efficient system as opposed to some of the more dragging and forceful systems on the market. But we like this. You have less stress on the hardware because of it. And obviously in Supra, you also have the auto wake technology, which manipulates the ballast inside the boat to create your optimum wakes and waves. Now in Supra, you're going to have 2 options and ways to create your wakes and waves. One is by turning on that auto wake, which is going to utilize the ballast to put the boat in the optimum position for your waves. Or as you learn your boat and you become more experienced, you can use the tabs. You can turn auto wake off, and now you just manipulate your tabs manually. And again, what we're finding as people, as they learn their boat, they learn the pitch and the roll that they want for their preferred wave. Boom, manually they will use those tabs to create their wake and wave. But I want to thank you for spending some time with us, learning a bit about Supra 2022. Make sure to reach out to any of our locations across Western Canada and Saskatoon, Edmonton, Calgary, or Kelowna. You can reach us at martinmotorsports.ca and see what's going on for inventory there. But I'm Aaron Lapine. Thanks for coming with us.